Welcome to Modern Day Psychology, where we talk about positivity, spirituality, and the modern day life. And I'm MDP. And my whole life, the only thing that hunted me by the streets was killers. The only thing that hunted me by the streets was understanding that people hunt for no period reason. And that was the biggest thing in the streets that I understood as growing up. See, when I used to go to school, this is what made me not believe in the world anymore. See, this is why I always kind of talk down on society, and where I know my limits and where I know my point is to be true at. And I want to say this. It's like, I don't subliminally say things. It's just the fact of where it's not about putting people in their place. And it's not about trying to win the battle all the time. Because you can never win a battle of terrorized history. You can never win the battle of a society that is forced to be in the mental state that it is in. But my thing is just like that. It's like, I never wanted to be the one to be like, I told you so, or I know I was right, and I had a reason to be in that position or do any things that I did in my life as a young person or a teenager that we all did and regretted so much to the point that it haunts us until we're teenagers, until we're adults, until we really realize what life is really about. And then we just try to find a way to dress it up and be like, it's just in us like that, you know. It just that's just the way it is. That's just the way life is. But when it comes to the mind, that is child's play. You know, when it comes to the mind, that is just child's play. Because it's like, see, a lot of people like are whatever, as I seen that, the way that it was painted to us is that people died in this world that was major influencers on the culture. People died in certain ways because of the fact that I guess they were trying to make the world too positive than what it was. But behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, that it was a different reason of why they died, or what they were into, and what they were told secretly to not to be telling. And I'm not the one to say to continue to egg on a situation. But I see it's a vibration. And it's like a thing of where it's like every ghetto child wants to be heard. That's all. That's why every ghetto child is out here in these streets. They want to be heard. So, like, I just hate when people try to make you out of an example, or make you as if you could be tampered with any time. And that's the biggest thing that I would never allow in my life. It's not the fact that I'm fighting for equal rights or equalization. It's not the fact that I'm fighting for attention. It's not the fact that I want to be heard. It's not the fact that I'm going to do anything to be in the front of the camera. And in fame is the last motherfucking thing that I am trying to gain. But it's the respect of my identity. It's the respect of... See, people will say fuck a lot of things in their lifetime that they live in. See, people will say, fuck that shit, I'll die being a whore. Fuck that shit, I'll die being a gangster. Fuck that shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go smoke, drink, and party all my whole motherfucking life. Give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? People will say, fuck that shit, I don't care. I represent something that is flawed and sweet and tough like candy. And me, I'm not here to disclaimer none of that. But what I will say is, people find me, I don't find them. So whenever you come find me, understand that you can play the way that you want to play. But understand one thing. Just the way that you see your life to be, wanting it to be the way you like it and the way you want to dress it up, that's the same way that I grew up. And as growing up as a child, growing up from where I grew up, growing up how I grew up, growing up how I've been taught, is the same way that I choose to be received. See, I learned one thing about honor thy mother and thy father. And I'm going to lead this here after this. See, the very moment that me and my mother, you know what I'm saying, got to a heated discussion. See, this is why people act like you don't understand the world and how people just overlook everything. See, the very moment that people hate the truth, you know what I'm saying? People hate the truth. And that's why I'm not here to expose the truth and expose lies. But what I'm saying is that don't allow people to just socialize you and throw you in a bind just because they feel as if they have the right to do so. You know what I'm saying? Because your life is only one life. And if you choose to walk around all day and allow people to mind fuck you, and if you choose to walk around all day and allow people to play with your private all day, play with your soul all day, then you the only one that have to live with that. And see, I say that because it's like the reason why me and my mom never got to another level of evilness, or for me to see my mother actually not spare the rod of her child. And this is what I mean by the respect that I know I have. Because me and my mother was sitting there and I was like, yo, if I continue to express myself to my mother, she's going to show me who she truly is. You know what I'm saying? It didn't scare me. It didn't scare me. I didn't feel as if I was like, oh man, dang, mommy, you know, really right. But it was just the fact of where I said, even when you're right, and even when you have all the facts in front of you, the world will forever put you as being wrong. So trying to be right and trying to die being right is a waste of time. But trying to show the world that you respect yourself and you have true self-love, that's another problem. So when it comes to you knowing when to stop, and when you knowing when there's a guideline, and when you knowing that there's certain things you say and you don't say, I understand. I'm modern day psychology, and it's all love here, pure love. And I'm going to talk to you guys in the next video.